Hi everybody, how's everybody doing today? Welcome to my Tuesday photo editing live stream where you can submit your images and I edit them here live on the channel. And also I always put out my image for you guys to edit because it's always fun to see how everyone edits the same picture a little bit differently. So it's really kind of it's very educational and very inspiring to see what you guys can do with, a relatively mundane image because a lot of the pictures I take are just not that great. Um, I need to I need to back up the camera a little bit because I'm like, this big talking head. Give me 1 second here. I should have done it in my last stream, but wow. Oh, look. You can see the top of my head. Getting older, man. Your hair starts thinning out. I'm very lucky though. I still have hair at my age. For so many of my friends, or a lot of people, years younger than me. God, they're like 30 years old and they're already balding, which, uh that can't be fun, right? If you had a full head of hair most of your life and then you bald at age 30, you might not like that. Not that anybody can hear what I'm saying because I don't have my mic on. Okay. Uh, Let me pull out my chat window. Let's get started. Sorry about the technical difficulties there. Pop out and move this over. Okay, awesome. Jeff Painter, good to see you. John Follows and Serge, Paul Solaru, good. And John, you'd say Matt K. Oh, hi, Matt. That's a new name. I don't think I've seen you here before. And Alberto, Orneja M. Hello, from Chile. Hi. Wow, that's another new name. So we have some new people here. Wow, what a great start. You guys come to my channel and I'm like messing up the whole first 10 minutes. But trust me, it's like that all the time. So just come to my chat maybe 5 minutes late and you'll be okay. You'll come in right on time. Okay. Oh, Walter's back too. Image writer. Awesome. Oh, I had trouble. Oh, Matt. Okay. Yeah, I did have trouble pronouncing that. Massiet. So you changed your you changed your name for me. Thanks, man. It's like that other dude. I was having the hardest time with his name, and he said, "Oh, it's just Matthew." I'm like, well, why did you spell it that way? I mean, that's obviously they spell it that way because that's how they spell it. But it was just spelled with so many consonants and vowels at the same time. I really try to get people's names right. But okay, let's I'm not even on the right screen. Let me get there. Okay. Uh oh, I didn't look at these from Gilbert yet. Um let me look at Gilbert's real quick because he was in the last stream. I don't know if you're here now, but was asking, I think, what I thought about his night shots and offer any suggestions, right? And honestly, I mean the pictures are beautiful, and I think really I can't offer too many suggestions because these are as good, if not way better, than I would do myself, right? But the only suggestions I can make really is for a shot like this, it wouldn't apply, but sometimes bracketing the shots can make a difference. So sometimes when I do night photography, I will bracket um, like one shot to be sometimes 2-3 minutes, so I can bring in the stars and everything from the sky, and then I'll take a normal shot like this. This is probably a 20. I don't know. Let's see if there's any exit data. Yeah, this is a 1/20th of a second exposure. EM1X at 5.6. So yeah, I would shoot this a little wide. ISO 2500. So I would shoot with a longer exposure as well, because at night the people are all silhouetted and blacked out anyway, so it won't matter if they're a little bit blurry. So I would shoot at a little longer exposure as well, so you can keep your ISO down low. And then once you have those couple of shots, you have the very long exposure that brings the sky in, and then you have the shorter exposures that bring in the sharpness and correctly exposed for in this case, the castle. You blend those back together in Photoshop, right? And that's how I do it. And I have a video I made doing night photography with the EM10 Mark II, where I showed using live composite uh, to do that kind of technique. And I came up with some, they weren't great images, but they did demonstrate the technique I'm describing about bringing stars into the sky and then also exposing properly for the scene at the same time. And I think a scene like this where, let's see, you're at 1/10 of a second. So if this thing is moving, yeah, it might be a problem. So you wait for it to stop moving, this Ferris wheel. Or if you want it moving, I mean, you have a lot of options, right? Creatively speaking, to have motion blur or not have motion blur. And this looks like an area where there's a lot of light pollution, so it may be hard to bring in the stars from the sky, or maybe it's cloudy, in which case this is fine. This is fine the way it is. But if it was a clear night and there were stars out, you would go back to that original technique where you take multiple exposures and blend them back together. Same thing here. This scene might have a lot of light pollution, so it's going to be harder, but I do it, and it comes out fine. The other thing is, if you can, try to go out at twilight, like 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes after the sun goes down below the horizon. You get this beautiful blue sky, like twilight shot. And and most and for the most part, people have in the cities and towns, they have their lights on in their houses and buildings. So you'll still get the same effect of all the lit up buildings and street lights, but you'll also have this beautiful blue sky. So those are the tips I would give for night photography. is go during twilight and then multiple exposures and blend them back together. It says my webcam isn't in focus. Really? Let me see. It's okay to me. Yeah, we're all right. Okay, good as it's going to get today anyway. All right. So hopefully, Gilbert, you're seeing this video, and those are my tips and recommendations without really prepping for that question. There's lots of videos on night photography. I mean, I have a couple for this kind of photography where I use live composite. And Alberto says, I've been here for a while. Okay, what episode was that? Oh, all right, hold on. Let me pull it up for you. It was a vlog, actually. Let me just type in the word night. Night. And PG5. It was episode number 81. I'll just put it here. So Gilbert, it was episode 81. Roberto, episode 81. It's called Night Photography with the EM10 Mark II, episode 81. Bracketing lifetime shots and creating an HDR in Lightroom. So that's what that was. It was a fun little vlog for me, anyway. All right, let's do some editing. Let's see, what do we have here? One from Surge, right? Uh, okay, and no EXIF data, but that's okay. Maybe it's an adapted lens here. Hmm, slightly. These kinds of shots, when you do trees, it's best to have a wider angle if you can, so that the trunk doesn't take so much space. Well, this is not a critique live stream. This is about editing, so I'm not going to critique at all. Other than the ones about Gilbert, he did ask specifically about those. Um, okay, so what would I do here? Because I've taken shots like this, you know, where the trunk just filled up the entire frame. Let me see if I square this off, if I can minimize that somewhat. About 4 by 3. That's not quite, yeah, let me stay with a square frame and do that. And forgot to put my timer on. Not a critique, I call it advice. Okay, I'll give a little bit of advice along the way, and take it with a grain of salt, because you guys have seen my pictures. Like, I should be the last person critiquing or giving advice about photography sometimes, but um, all right, let's see. Let me see if there's any colors here. This is kind of interesting. We have greens, orange, and blues. I'll keep the pop art. Let's see if I can add some gradation back in. Right about there. Then we can pull the saturation back. Not quite that much, but right about there. And add some vignette. I don't know if the color's working for me. Maybe it's the pop art filter that's jacking it up. Let me kind of like this muted look too, but I think it's because it's a JPEG. That's why I'm having trouble with the color. I'm not getting the colors to where I want it. So yeah, I think John, you're right. Maybe a black and white. That's certainly more dramatic, isn't it? And then we'll just make it even more dramatic like this. And throw some sharpening back into about a 4. I don't think I need the skies darker, but let me try green filter if I can bring the leaves out a little bit here. Nope, that didn't help. Red, that's just gonna be terrible. Yeah, that did help bring out the leaves though. I think I'll go with that. Actually, it does bring a little bit more texture in. I'm gonna pull this vignette back off. Just too dark. A little more gradation. All right, let me look at color one more time. Hmm. All right, but let's say black and white. The red filter is just pulling in the skies a bit too much. All right, I'm gonna call it there. Uh, some framing issues. We, all right, let's see how it looks. I mean, Serge is such a great photo editor himself, you know. It's so what I'm doing here is probably not half as good as what Serge did on his own. But I think this is the direction I would go, is black and white. If I had the raw image, maybe I could work with the color a little more, because I kind of like the yellow leaves against the blue sky. And this, actually, I just noticed this branch here is kind of interesting too. But I love all of the branches coming out, all wiggly like this. I like that. Okay, let's let's go to this one. And oh, thanks, Serge. Uh, this is definitely going to be a black and white. I think it's cropped in pretty nice already. This is from Kilowan EM5 with a Leica 25 f1.4. Yeah, this is a lens I've always thought about getting too. I just don't like the focal length. I like the 15 millimeter Leica. So let's definitely go black and white. um, oh, Kilowin is here. Awesome. And this should be a quick edit because I don't have to crop it all. It's already cropped in really nicely, I think. Maybe a little. It wouldn't be a robtrek edit if I didn't crop it some. Maybe just that one little piece out. And then take out some of the sky while we're at it. It's a little bit too centered, maybe. Maybe like that. Keep it in portrait mode. Maybe a square. Oh, I like that better. Nice and tight. And let's add a little split tone. Work with red this time. Like that. Right in there. Yeah, I like that. Let me pull in the green. That didn't look good. I'm going to take that out. I need to pull a little bit of red off and then I'll be done. Tiny bit of blue. Okay. Oh, that's not blue. That's green again. No wonder. Okay, let's call it there. Uh, Tiny bit of clarity, maybe. I don't think we need vignette. I'm going to throw in just a tiny bit. Let that render out. But Yeah, it's a nice image. I just wanted to crop in a little tighter. I didn't like this loose thumb sitting here in the image on the left, but and then all of the bottom of the turtle was just a little bit too much in the frame. So just knocking it down to the heads and the fingers here, I think looks pretty good. And then, you know, little sharpening and split toning to bring out some of the textures. I wish I could have brought the textures out a little better. Now that I'm looking, let me try that real quick. Turn off this filter. Let me see if clarity will do it. Too much. All right, but there you that's pretty much it. It just needs to render a little bit. But that's, yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Okay, let's go to the next one. And we have EM10 Mark II, 40 to 150 kit, f5.6, ISO 200. Yep, all good settings. Who sent this in? This is Image Rider. Yeah. And you thought it was something else for, oh my God, Roberto. All right, let's see what we can do here. Nice colors with the evergreen. So we just need to kind of get rid of some of the man-made stuff in the image. So just a little bit of a crop. I may have to go a little bit square again. It's tight. This shot, I would have left a little more room around the different objects in the scene because this is really tight. So you could have some room to crop it a little bit. I'm just trying to get rid of some of the man-made elements. Or minimize that. Like so. I like these two trees here. The way they're kind of bent and coming in. I think this is the more interesting shot here. I mean, this big giant tree is interesting, but it's kind of messed up with this artificial stuff here on the left, the man-made stuff. And I'm gonna go with that. And there's a little bit of cloud in the sky. I don't think clarity is gonna help. Let me just pop that real quick. Not much. What the dehaze? Tiny bit. All right, we'll leave that. Oh, I don't have any color control. So I don't know. I don't want to. Man, it's hard. If I can't control the individual colors, then I have a hard time bringing that sky in. Let me do it this way. If I can bring this down. Stop. Do gradation. Yeah, that looks. Okay, that helped a little. So I'm going to redo my tone curve to keep a little bit in the blacks, but then push it in the shadows. Without killing the sky. Okay. And some saturation. And a little bit of warmth. Well, actually, it's about right. Let me just go a little bit 6,000 and see. Okay. All right, we're good. All right, now, soft focus. And pull this a little bit down. Oops, not that much. Maybe right here. Oh, I'm out of time. Let me add a vignette and we'll call it. All right. So there's the before and after. I would have liked a little more contrast, but I think that's the direction I would go with this. Yeah, that tree on the left is just so overbearing on the whole image. It was just making these yellow trees just not even hardly have any presence. So I wanted to, and I really liked the way the trees were bending, the two smaller ones. I thought that was a lot more interesting. So, okay, there we go. I think that came out okay. Just a little bit, needs a little more pop somewhere. I didn't do this. The filter's off. Maybe not that much. Yeah, that's about right. Anyway, okay. Oh, thanks, guys. You like that crop? I think it worked. I mean, I spend, out of 4 minutes, I spend like 3 minutes just cropping the image, right? um, let's see what we have here. We have the EM1 Mark II with 12 to 100 f4 from Samir. Oh, hey, Samir. I haven't seen you in a long time, or any images from you in a while. Let's see. Let me work on this. I think let's pull in the shadows with the gradation. Let me put a pop art to see where the colors are. But I might do a soft focus again. Maybe not. Let's do this. This is off. This is interesting. Go just a tiny bit warmer, 6,800. And I'm going to see if there's anything left in the sky. No, I think it's, yeah, there's no point in trying to save the sky there. So I'll leave the exposure as is. I'll go a bit warmer. I like how the warmth in here is looking better. And let's do a slight straightening. Crop wise, I'm a little bit torn. Because there's just a little bit of a path here to draw your eye into the scene, but then there's nothing in the scene really to look at. So if I maybe you just go wider. Yeah, that's about right. Just a tiny bit. Oh, I don't like that tree on the left. I like these rocks down here on the left going in. All this mossy rock. And I just need to kind of get a little bit more me see how that looks. I don't know if this off-center thing is working. I liked it better centered. Just have to kind of about right there. I'm not crazy about that crop, but that's going to have to do. A little more vignette and go a tiny bit warmer. Add another 500K. Okay, that looks good. And we did the gradation. Saturation's good. Maybe a little bit on the tone curve. And then let's fuss with the colors a little bit. Red and green will pull down. Oops, a bit too much. Finally, some blue. Saturate light, tiny bit. Oh, out of time. All right. I hate to leave it like this. It's not quite done. Need. All right, I have to call it there. Okay, let's see. Uh, I jacked up the colors a little bit, but that's the direction I would go with this image, especially the crop, because there's just too much in the scene with all the dead branches or leafless branches, I should say. They're not dead, but so I just wanted to crop in and focus more on the rocks and the moss on the rocks. I wanted that to be the predominant thing, but then they have to lead to something, right? So I had it lead to the bridge. And, you know, we brought out all the evergreens down here nicely to balance with the rocks here. And then these trees just serve to frame the, you know, the bridge, which is not a particularly interesting thing to lead your eyes to, but that's what we have here. Oh, thanks, Alberto. Oh, and Alan has a question. When do you post your photos for editing, Rob? I never know if what's up is current or old, and I never know when you present them. I know it's very random. I generally do Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. And usually the day before, I post the link up for the live stream, usually within 12 to 24 hours before I actually do them. You can submit your images anytime. There's a link down below to submit your images. You can submit them anytime. But I usually have, so since I do it 3 days a week, you know, you pretty much, if you submit it the day before, if you submit on Monday, Wednesday, or Saturday, it'll come on Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. And the timings, generally, you know, Tuesdays I do my time in the morning, Thursdays in the evening my time, and then Sundays again in the morning. So hopefully that helps with the scheduling and trying the time when you do that, when I do the edits. Okay, let's see. Oh, thank you, Alberto. Thank you. All right. What do we got here? We have EM10 Mark II with a 40 to 150 at 100 f9, 1/500th. Yep, all good settings. Peter Adi. Wow, all the settings have been really good this week. Man, we got some interesting sky here. Let me see if the colors can come in. I like the colors. I'm gonna do that. And then silhouette. Let me see if there's any point to bring the shadows in. Oh, it's kind of interesting down here too. Um, Question is it interesting enough to keep in the frame? Maybe no, we're gonna take it out. I'm gonna make this more of a I want people to kind of appreciate the scale that this guy's standing in. So now it feels more like you're looking up, right? A little bit. And now I can bring in the shadows. Let me see. It's not enough detail in the shadows to bother with, really. Oh, good morning, Lauren. Yeah, it is early in California. Oh my goodness. Um, what if I just, no, that's terrible. I'll do that. And let me check these settings. Oh, we're working with a JPEG. That's why I'm struggling a little bit. All right. Uh, I shouldn't really use that as an excuse. This is a JPEG, right? But it does, when I'm really trying to get, when I start moving the sliders and things aren't going in the direction I thought it would, it's usually because it's the JPEG. It just means I have to work a little differently. Uh, so being a JPEG is not an excuse for editing. I just have to pay attention before I start editing. Oh, this is interesting. Uh, Histogram. Look at how it just spikes up here for the skies. And there's very little detail down here in the shadows. So that would lead me to want to probably silhouette it a little bit, but then keep the skies. And yeah, right there. All right, let's work with the white balance. Maybe a little warmer with some more magenta. See if we can make it really look more like twilight. No, not that warm. Let's see if I can just darken the skies a little bit. There's some purples and magentas in there. Keep pushing these. If I push them too much, we'll start to get banding and noise. Like I'm seeing that now. Okay. Maybe a black and white Lauren, but I wanted to try to save the colors in the sky because I thought they were kind of nice. I think, let me see where I'm at. Uh, we'll just pull back a little bit on the purples. I'm getting that banding. All right. So here's a before and after. Yeah, so with this kind of picture, I feel like going portrait gives it a little more scale, like how high up this guy is relative to the scene. And that's the main thing I wanted to do with this image. And then the colors and everything just kind of got messy because I was playing with the color wheel, which generally is not a good idea with JPEGs. Uh, So if you still have the raw image, you can probably do a much better job and not get all this noise up here. But I think that looks pretty good because I don't think I have a noise filter, so I got nothing here. But yeah, they were nice colors in the sky and everything, right? And doing this in black and white would just be okay too if you wanted that look. We can look at it like as a black and white. I mean, it's a black and white image. I don't think it's any less powerful, uh, but definitely color is, it's just two different ways to do the same photo, really. All right, let's see. We got, oh, Lauren, good timing. um, your image is next up, and you just got in. That's awesome. Lauren always sends very nicely cropped, perfectly done images. There's so little to do on his already that it's hard for me sometimes to find anything I can really edit or improve on. I think instead of square though, I might go a little bit wider and just put him riding into the scene rather than just being front and center. And let me work on the gradation just so we can see a little more detail here. I think, yeah, that helps. Um, and then let's work with the curves a tiny bit, just to give it a little more contrast. I don't know if playing with the colors makes any sense. Let me see. Just to warm it up a tiny bit instead of doing white balance. Okay. I don't know if try give this, give it a little different look. I've been practicing with these red, green, and blue tone curves. I'm just trying to experiment with colors a little bit more. So you guys are I'm using your images to practice, which is partially why I do this stream. It's good practice for me too. I think that's it. So really just the cropping. Let me just see if I cropped anything out. Yeah, I don't care about that stuff. I think we're good. I think that the image is all about this guy on a motorcycle. So what's Roberto saying? Could the background have been blurry in this? Yeah, it would be hard because he's pretty far away. Let me see the EXIF. EM110 Mark II with a 14 to 42, 39 millimeters. Yeah, so he's too far away to get any blurry background on this. You could add it artificially slightly. Maybe let me pick a semi-neutral art filter like a pinhole or pinhole 3, pinhole 2, and then add a blur top and bottom. Oh, I don't have enough room to reframe it. So anyhow, let me turn that off. That's not Oh, you did? Okay, Dawood, I'll look for it. Just remind me when we get to that part where we look at the review of the edits. Um, yeah, so a slight crop, and I warmed it up a little bit manually with the RGB tone curves instead of doing it with white balance. And then the gradation to kind of bring out a little of the detail in the shadows. But yeah, I think that I think cropping out the store names and everything is fine in this case. Uh, okay, cool shot though. And then Dave is saying, I can't make slots 1 and 2 program differently. Where are the settings? I don't know what you mean by slots 1 and 2. You mean the memory card slots? I'm not sure what you mean, Dave. Okay. Let's see. Ask me again towards the end of the editing, and because we're almost done actually. I'm down to the last few images, so just remind me at the end. I'll see if I can figure it out for you. Um, this is from Paul Solaru with the EM5 Mark II, 12 to 50, 25 millimeter f5.6164. Yep. I think you could have shot this at ISO 200 though easily, because it's a static scene, right? And then you dialed in a plus 0.3, not bad. Not bad. I think the settings are pretty good. Other than shooting at ISO 400, I think you're okay. And then let's see, I walked 10 years from, I walked 10 years. Paul Solero says, I walked 10 yards from my house for this photo. Sorry about the rushed quality. It was freezing rain and I was wearing a slim sweater. Okay. No big deal, but let's see. Let me restart the timer. Okay. Uh, I like the tree in the building and a tiny bit of the mud pile or dirt pile right there. So oops, let's do a vertical again. 4 by 3. Oops. The memory card slots, okay. I'm a little, whatchamacallit, I'm a little rusty on the memory card slots, but I'll try and help you. I think that right there is the best part of the scene. Uh, let's square it off as too much sky. Right there. And maybe a tiny bit of straightening. Oh, see, Lauren and I are on the same page. Left half only 1 by 1 box on the left. Yeah, I mean, we think alike. Either you're training me from looking at your photos, or we just have very, very similar taste here. And then let's see if there's any color in that building. I do see some paint, graffiti. If I can bring that out a little bit. If not, I'll just go black and white. Tiny bit. And bring the sky in. That might be too much, but let's try it. Oh, you know what would work on this image is a dramatic tone filter. So let me turn off some of the things I did, because then it gets too dramatic. Let me try that instead of the pop art. Uh, Not happy with that. We'll make it cooler. Yeah, that works. And put some sharpness back in. Let me try a little bit of saturation again. Just going to add things back in as after when you apply an art filter, it's best to start with an art filter, then edit from there. Because adding an art filter after the fact just kind of take you everywhere. Okay, I think maybe if I can pull right there a tiny bit. Okay, good. Light more tilt and I'm done. Before and after. So yeah, I think that came out pretty good. I maybe smooth out the sky a little bit with less hold on, let me see if I did that or not. No, I did turn off the haze. But let's just make sure. But there you go. I think that's the most interesting part of the image is on the left. And then everything else on the right is just kind of busy, too busy. Uh, that looks really good though. That's a nice shot actually. All right. Oh, thanks guys. I tried, Paul. Thank you. Thank you, Dave. All right. Oh, we have a fisherman here from John Follows, and he's using the EM1X with the 40 to 150 f2.8, 64 millimeter f4. Yeah, all excellent settings. It's a little tight though. I'd have liked a little more room. So now I have to go tighter. Oh, all right, Lauren. We'll see you later. Thanks for dropping in. I'm glad you came in right when I did your photo. All right, let me just crop in a little bit. Let's do let's try. I want to try an art filter on this one too. Actually, I don't know, instant film or vintage. Yikes. I'm I'm just trying to give this picture some. Okay, I'm gonna go with bleach bypass. Let me just look at the colors again. Yeah, bleach bypass, and then just some dehaze and clarity. This is all good. A little bit of contrast. Add a little bit of warmth. I mean, I'm not trying to crush the black so much, but it's so bright that I just want it to be darker. I'm not sure about this bleach bypass filter. Ah, actually, I do like it better. What if I do that? Okay. Now I can make it darker. Darker and warmer. When in doubt, go black and white. I know, right? Black and white might work, but it's a little bit busy here on the bottom left that I think a black and white might hurt it. I mean, we can look, right? I don't think... I'm going to look. I don't know. I like the color better. So I'm going to leave it in color. And I need to straighten a tiny bit. Something is slightly off. And I'm just trying to create a nice, relaxed, warm feeling in the image, you know, and not have too much brightness. Okay, let's see how that looks. That's about 90% there. So I just cropped in a little tighter so the guy is looking into the scene. Unfortunately, his poles are just making a mess there. What's that, a thermos and all kinds of stuff. So it's making the scene a little bit busier, but then it's kind of informational too, right? Like this is everything a fisherman brings with him when he goes out, actually goes fishing. But I think, yeah, that's a little bit warmer, more relaxed feel, I think, on the right. And that's what I was trying to go with. Okay, so that was the last one there. Let's open up Lightroom, see if there was anything else. Oh, give Lightroom a second. It's loading. Almost there. Let's see. This is the image I sent to you guys. I didn't do any editing to it yet. I just did a quick conversion to black and white so I could make a thumbnail. But these are some of the other images I took from that day. My photo walk. Look, I got a fisherman picture too. Anyhow, let's go to the viewer edits. And oh, you got the card slots figured out? Okay, good. We'll synchronize this folder. See if there's anything I didn't get in. Okay, so we'll make all of these. Give me a second. Let me, let me make all of these red or here off. All right, let's see. I did this. Oh, this is one I need to do. Done all those. There's another one I need to do, another one, and I did that one. Okay. So, because, you know, Olympus Workspace doesn't do non-Olympus files. That's why I have to come back in the Lightroom. So let's,
Sorry, I'm having trouble connecting to the internet. Looks like an issue with the router and Echo device. Try restarting them. Unplug both of them, then plug the router back in.
Alexa,
Wait
stop.
30 seconds. Once the router is back on and connected to the internet, plug in the
Hold on.
device.
My Alexa is just going nuts on me.
Sorry, I'm having trouble connecting to the internet.
Excuse me. Hopefully I didn't set off you guys' little devices. That happens sometimes. I'll be watching YouTube and then they say that name. You know, the Alexa, and then, you know, sets off all my devices. Okay. Let's see what we have here. This is the Nikon Z7 39mm f2.4 f4. I can't read the settings here. Oh, here we are. ISO 100 f11. Wow. I guess full frame f11 is fine. So, and this is from, oh, Walter. Hey, I think this is one of the first images I've gotten from you. Excuse me. This Nikon Z7, man, the detail is really amazing that he pulls out of this. Oops. But let's see. I think I'm just gonna click auto on a couple things. If I can pull in the clouds. Not much cloud action there. Maybe black and white. Might go that direction. Dehaze it. A little bit of clarity. Texture. And let's adjust the, oh no, I think, how about we just level it? No. Okay. And let me try, I mean, I kind of like the colors in this. Let's see if I can sort of accentuate that a little bit. That. And then let's do a gradation here. But this illuminance. Try that. Gotta watch my time. Once you get into Lightroom, you start messing with all these freaking sliders. We're okay. All right, let's dang it. I should have adjusted the balance before I did that. I don't know if I want to go warm or cool. I'll just go a little bit cooler. Let me go cooler here and then I'll warm up the image overall. Right about there. Okay. A little bit of sharpening. So yeah, I'm trying not to change it too much because I know Walter's, like you said, a purist. I guess Dave knows, right? uh, okay. Wait, stop it. Develop, export. No, no, no. Create a virtual copy. And let me reset. Wait, is it? Yeah, that's not right. I gotta reset this one. So there's a before and after. It doesn't have to be black and white. I mean, where's, let me do it. I gotta select this one, then compare. So give that a second. Why isn't that not rendering? Give that a second. All right. God, it's starting to act like, oh, because I have workspace open probably. Let me, no, I closed workspace. Uh, so there's the color version and then the black and white. White, yeah, there's color. There's black and white. Uh, I kind of like the black and white a little better. Alberto, you like the color? Yeah, the color is not bad either. This color is not bad. Because Walter's always sending me edits of my photos, and he sends me one black and white and one color. So I'm doing the same for you, Walter. There's a color, there's a black and white. I think the framing and composition is fine. I might crop a little bit off the right, make it a square crop, but uh, yeah, not much sky. Yeah, but I think compositionally, just a little bit here off to the left. But that's it. Very minor. Okay, nice shot though, Walter. Let's I need a 3090 RTX. No, I need a 32 core Threadripper and a 3090. And yeah, water cooling will stack that sucker up, right? Whoops. Let's see. Oh, you're welcome, Walter. Thanks for sending one in. It's always fun. It's kind of neat to see how we edit each other's pictures, right? I edit yours, you edit mine. I mean, for everyone, right? Everyone sends in their pictures, then I give you mine. Oh, this looks familiar. Uh, I'm not a good food photography guy, but let me see what I can do. 3 terabyte of memory, sure. And get me an 8K, 75-inch monitor. Oh, let's see. I think this would have been a more fun image to edit in Workspace because I have some presets I'd like, or not preset, but art filters I'd like to do. But let me just get it started with the auto button. Oh, there's somebody sitting there. We got to get rid of that. And get rid of some of the color noise here. Maybe some noise reduction. Who's this from? This is from, oh, Dawood. Okay. I got yours, Dawood. It came in. Oh, maybe you're saying you sent an edit that you did of my picture, because your picture is here. Uh, just remind me towards the end, though, if I have to edit another one. But I think this is the one. If we can separate those colors a bit more, do a little straightening. Just a tiny bit, not too much. It'll get too wonky. And let's do wide. Okay. Ooh. All right. That's not working. I'll turn this off. That's just a little bit too tight, or I don't know how to frame it. I'm going to try square crop again. Man, the square crop today has been sort of the, because the drink is the only thing we have a full image of. And, you know, well, the cake is all there too, but really tight. Pull some blacks down. A little bit more texture. Make it a little bit glassy looking. Oops. See if I can pull this a little bit. Why is that so weak? Oh, I'm out of time. All right. So no more playing around with that. Not happy. Not happy with this edit, but okay. It is what it is. So let me show before and after. Reset this one. Grid. Pair. So there's the before and after. I think that looks better. I'd like to, just the lighting is not great on this. I'd like a little more richness and warmth in it. It just needs a little more warmth. On the white balance. Just a tiny bit, a little bit darker, and push the shadows. Maybe not warmth, maybe some red. So where are my shadows at? A little more red in the shadows. Okay, I'm gonna have to call it. That's kind of where I really wanted to get this a little bit warmer, but which if I played with these little dials here, I could probably get it closer, but I'm not that great with Lightroom, to be honest. Let's see, did I get them all? Okay, one more here. Uh, oh, thank you, John. Oh, this is cool. What is this? This is the XH1 from Marcel. Oh, you're a lucky man. You got an XH1. I'm gonna get that camera one day. I really liked it. I I, I just, I'm an idiot. Okay. I like this though. This is very foggy and very all right. I know what to do. This reminds me of like Thomas Heaton videos I've been watching lately. Let's do super wide. I don't know, front and center works a little bit. Be a little bit less. Okay. Let me click auto. Auto's gonna jack it up, but I'm gonna mute it some. Okay. Whoops, I didn't turn my timer on. Sorry. Let's see if I can bring this shadows down a little bit more. Do the same luminosity type masking. Uh, do that, make it a little hazier even. A little bit brighter. I already jacked up the shadow curve. A little less saturation. Oh, maybe black and white. Nah, let's leave it color. I need to fix the tones on those leaves. I don't like the way that's going. So, where's my where where are my colors? Here. Let's shift the hue on these leaves a little bit. Go this way. No, that looks like, oh, that's cool. Look at that. This purple. I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that, but let's see. Uh, I like that purple though. That's crazy. But okay, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to make these a little less red and bring it down a tiny bit. All right. Let's see. What am I doing? What did I do here? I messed something up. Dang it, it was almost perfect. What did I? I'm gonna leave it like that. I just need a hint more green. All right, let's call it. I'll be here all day. This was from Marcel. Okay. So transform, create a virtual copy, reset this, compare. Did that render or not? Kind of. But there's the before and after. So I think the wide crop works for this image. Uh, I'd almost go. I don't like this one tree. I don't like this one tree on the left laying down on the ground. And that tree on the left is also still a little bit heavy. But if I crop in too much, then the person in the middle will be too big, and then it won't give you the scale of the trees. So I want to make the person, keep the person small, but crop in as tight as I can. But yeah, there's a black and white just for grins. Uh, Black and white looks good. I probably darken it a slightly bit. And then color. I like the color though better. Okay. I think that was it. Let me see. I think Dawood said he sent in another viewer edit. Let me just check real quick. Yeah, I see it now. All right, this one. Oh, and Lei Chu sent in an image too. So I can edit that real quick too, since we have a few minutes. Here's, let me just get Dawood's edits. Download. I think I got Matt's. No, that's new. Sorry. Oh, there's a lot in here that okay, I'm sure I have those. And then here from Lei Chu, let me just do that one. Okay, Lei, I don't know if you're still here or not, but I'll edit yours real quick. I'll just use Lightroom since that's open. Let me resynchronize the folder. 5 more images came in. These are just viewer edits. So this is a last minute edit here. From Lei, right? EM1 Mark II, ISO 200. Wow, this is beautiful, this picture as is. 45 millimeter f1.2. Oh, it's that lens. That's an amazing lens. Oh, hey, Lei Chu, you are still here, huh? This is beautiful. It's really nice. It's composed really well and nothing I really have to edit here. Um, Man, I can't believe that's a raw image. I mean, that just came out. This lens is amazing. This is the 45, right? F1.2 lens, pro lens. Just look at how it renders everything. My goodness. Um, I wish I had a little bit more of the hands. So I think I'm gonna go, let me try this. I think a vertical might work for this shot a little better. Just come in a little tighter. I want to see more of the hands like that. And um, let me see, maybe a radial filter to kind of bring out the hands a little bit more. I guess I can come in a little tighter. Okay, good. And let me see what the auto white balance does. Ah, that's crap. All right. Olympus did a better job with the white balance than Lightroom. But I'd like to cool it off just a tiny bit. And then let's see if we can do a post-crop vignette. Oh, I didn't even put the timer on. Oh well. I'm almost done. Pull that back. Feather. Okay. And the hands, I think being orange is okay, but if I can, oops, I want to shift the color of the hands so they just stand out a little bit more than the rest of the scene. Okay. All right. Uh, as for the colors, let me just zero this out. Vibrance is saturation. I'm gonna do it right about there. And maybe a slight shift. Because the histogram is pretty flat, I don't think working with those little dials will help. But these leaves should be a little redder. And the hands a little bit more yellow. I don't know if I can. Eh. All right, I think that's all I'm gonna do because it was really a really good image. Just a little bit more in the greens to complement the reds. Let's see. And then bring the luminance up. Okay. All right, that's it. So let me make a, oops. Let's do copy, set, and do a before and after. So I think, yeah, I think the vertical crop works a lot better. It really accentuates the hands. That's kind of the whole image, right? Um, but they were just a little too small in the frame, probably like not even 5% of the frame on the original image. Uh, but now they're like 10% of the frame, a little bit more prominence. And cropping out the left and right doesn't affect the image at all, I don't think. Because there's no new information the left and right of the hands. So just the vertical works. Okay. Uh, let's see. These came in. All right. Let's look at the viewer edits now. So the original image, I'll show you the original image. This was a photo walk I went on, I don't know, last year or something in Alexandria. And I saw this giant yacht. I was like, oh my God, what do these people do to be able to afford like a multi-million-dollar yacht like this? And there's a little British flag on the end, which I kind of like. Just a little accent of red. But this was on the Potomac, near the Woodrow Wilson Bridge, like 15 minutes from my house. So, like a lot of my images that I send you guys are usually pretty close to my house. Oh, thank you, Walter. Um, so let's start here. That was the original, and we don't need the sidebars. And informationally, this is from Kilowin. Sorry, I keep saying Kilowan. I don't know why. I'm thinking of like the soy sauce or something. But Kilowin. Awesome. I like the framing that you did, and the wide crop works really well here. Really gives the boat look even longer, right? My political contributions at work. Yeah, I know, right, Dave? And this is pretty close to the original. I get it. This was a hard image to edit, I think. I mean, it's clear and it's a decent picture, but that's what makes it so hard sometimes, right? Because there's nowhere to crop. And the subject is already front and center, so what are you going to do, right? So I was just curious what you guys would do with this, because it's not an easy, definitely not an easy image here. If we look at the original, there's nowhere to crop, and the subject's front and center, and anyhow, let's go back to your edits here. So this is a good clean edit from the original. Um, well done with the colors and everything, I think. This is from, oops, where's my button? This is from Alberto. So good job, Alberto. Good editing here. Really brought the scene back to where it was. I just warm it up a little bit from here, but that's my personal taste. And this is interesting. This is from Matt. Okay, Matt. I don't know why I had trouble with your name. You're gonna have to phonetically spell that out for me for real, unless it is Matt, and you just have all those C's and I's and E's in there for no reason. Okay. The boat on fire would still be an edit, yeah. But this is a good clean edit too. A little bit too much push on the shadows, but other than that, it looks pretty good, I think. Right? Yeah. When you push the shadows this much, you get a little bit of noise. That's about it though. Looks good. And let's see, this is probably Walter, right? Yeah, Walter. I can spot Walter's edits now. He's really good at making the sharpening just right, and then getting all the tones like where they're supposed to be. So yeah, good job, Walter. I really liked your edit on my other picture too. It was a lot like this. That's why I recognize this as yours, because you did the exact same thing with the edit I gave out in my last stream. And yeah, it's really, really good job with the tones. Like the blue skies have the right tone for black and white. And there's still detail here in the highlights. They're almost clipped, but they're not quite. So yeah, always a good job. And nice and crisp, right? And the blacks are almost black, but not quite. Like, I bet that's not completely black. Maybe 1 or 2 points. So it's a very, very, you know, precise edit is the word, I guess makes sense. Oh, and this has a nice vintage feel to it. I like this, like almost instant film. This is cool. Yeah, and the cropping is really good too. 1:2, that was a good crop, Walter. This is from Paul Solaru. Oh, I like this. This is a very vintage, filmy looking kind of. This looks very film-like. This is really interesting. That's pretty good, Solaru. I like it. Um, why did I lose my cursor? Here we go. And this is yeah, this is Walter again. Now oh look, see, you put the thingamajig down here. So now it's don't put this down here, Walter. This little what do you call it, watermark, because it's kind of fun for me to try to guess who edited my picture. Um, and if you have a watermark down there, then I know. So if you guys edit my picture, don't watermark it so I can try and guess who did it. I was getting pretty good there for a little while, but then you guys changed it up on me, like how you're editing stuff. But yeah, this is another good, technically good edit, right? Really brought out he squeezed every bit out of this raw image that needed to be taken. And nothing more, nothing less, right? So that's what I mean by it's a perfect edit and a really nice crop, which is what Walter is really good at. Very purist approach, right? Um, so yeah, really nice edit. This is like the kind of picture you would frame and put, if this was your boat, you would frame it maybe and put it on your wall. Um, okay, let's go to the next one. Um, oh, use the bleach bypass filter? Okay, that makes sense. That's why it looks kind of vintage. I like that, Paul. And this is a partial color black and white, really good black and white processing here. And I like the little pop of red though. That's pretty cool. Right here in the corner. Little pop of red and a little bit of red up in here. So yeah, good job. Let's see who did this one. This one, I can't even guess. Joni. Joni. All right, Joni. Good crop. Nice border. Yep, looks good. And then this is a joke, right? Kind of a submarine. Kind of like looking from a submarine. I think that's the look. Like a periscope, right? That's kind of the idea I'm getting. But that's cool. Um, who is this? Image Writer. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I know, right, Matt? I told you, like I was saying earlier, this was not an easy image to edit. At first, when you get it, I'm thinking, oh, this will be easy, right? But then it's like, wait, not really. Uh, okay. Wow, this is nice too. Yeah, I like the periscope effect a lot, right, Walter? That's really, really nice edit from Image Writer. Yeah, this is a very good edit too. Like I said, this is where you really did a good job bringing out all of the everything this raw image has to offer, right? So this was John Follows. Yeah, this is a good edit. Nice and clean. Okay. Good clean edit. Little motion blur here. That's cool. That's cool. And just left a little bit sharp in the middle, just so you can see the name. I can't even guess who this was. I would have guessed Image Rider or somebody, but John follows again. Wow. Okay. All right. You got me on this one. I would have never guessed this was you, John. But that's cool. A little bit of motion blur. I like it. Oh, this is Surge, I bet. I think it was Surge has been adding kind of the fake source of light. Like it was a sunset. Now this looks like moonlight almost. This is pretty cool though. Yeah, it's a speed yacht, right? This is a cool edit. I like this. It's like this is not easy to do, right? To make an image look like it was taken at a different time of day. Um, so this is pretty amazing edit. Who is it? Marcel. Oh, Marcel. No, I'm sorry. Marcel's the one that's been doing it. I don't know why I said Surge, but Marcel's the one that's been doing these edits with the point of light. Um, so yeah, good job, Marcel. You're doing a really good job. You're getting really good at this. Um, no, diopter doesn't affect picture sharpness at all, Dave. That's just for your own dying eyes, you know. Oh, this is cool. Who sent this in? This one was Keelwin. Okay, good job, Keelwin. Nice edit. This is from Sunday, I think. Sort of a last minute edit, late entry, but that's okay. That's cool. And another late entry. This is from Alberto. Good job. Um, I like it slightly wider. But yeah, the original raw image was a mess. So being able to pull anything out of it usable is good. So I like this editing. Kind of another bleach bypass kind of look. A little bit. Kind of vintage looking. Yeah, Marcel is rocking it lately, right? Oh, DeMorgan. Oh, I gotta stop showing the name right away. Hey, DeMorgan did some work on the sky. Kind of looks oh, excuse me. Kind of looks like it's painted in. So but yeah, good crop. Nice 16:7 crop or 2:1. I like that. Um yeah, if you finished it, Scott, just send it in now. I'll look for it. But we're almost done. Let me see. Yeah, I'm down to the last 3 images. So if you can do it in the next minute, do a speed edit. Oh, it's not bleach? Wait, let me go back. Alberto, you use Capture 120 editing. Okay. Yeah, I don't, yeah, it's not the bleach bypass filter, but it kind of looks like it. It's a little bit muted colors on yours. Yeah, I'm sorry, the thing is a little bit, the chat is a little bit laggy. Okay, this is from Surge. See, Surge does, like, kind of like Marcel. He goes really heavy with the kind of the artsy fartsy kind of effects, right? So in this image, you know, we have sort of a fake light source with, you know, God rays coming down from the sky, which, yeah, that works too. That's pretty cool. Um, all right, let's go to the next one. Oh, so someone finally decided to crop in a little bit. I thought about cropping it this way myself. Uh, but I just ultimately I felt like it was a little bit too tight. I think this makes a nice product shot, right? Or like if you own this boat or you're trying to sell this boat, a little bit tighter shot like this would work. But um, and then the processing is this is like a sepia, but a very muted color. I see other color. I still see the greens and the blues and everything, but then there's the sepia overtone. So this is really interesting. Oh, a Bond look to it. Yeah. James Bond. I knew there was something. That's why I felt like this was like a product shot, but it could be like the for a movie, right? Something like that. Like an old Bond film. Yeah, I'm totally getting that vibe now. I'm totally getting that vibe. Like this could be like a James Bond movie cover. Oh, Dawood. Okay, Dawood. Good job. Good job, Dawood. I didn't expect that one. And then this one, okay, nice. This is like a 16 by 7 or more crop with a huge border. Wow. I'm just trying to picture this like on a wall, right? Something like this. Yeah. A little bit thick on the border, but yeah, it's a good crop and good editing again with bringing out, the contrast and the colors in this image. Because the reds are nice and strong and the blues and the greens and everything. A little more work on the sky. The sky looks a little bit rough. Um, it's too blue or something. But other than that, it's really good. Everything else is excellent, I think. Yeah, this is my boat, by the way, just so you guys know. Well, my picture of this boat is all. All right, I think that's it. Um, yeah, that's everybody. So, man, um, I think, man, this is a tough call. I like this one. And then Surge's God Rays. But the Periscope, I think this is the best one just because it's the most fun. The editing obviously is just green, right? And with a vignette, but that's cool. I think I like dang, I don't know. Actually, I think I like Walter's the best on this image, this black and white. Thought that looked really good, but they were all really good. So, all right, let's call it. Yeah, the Periscope, right? I think everyone, the Periscope is probably the best one, and probably the easiest one. He probably spent like 30 seconds on it, just paint it green and add a vignette, and he's done, right? And everybody else is, I don't know how long he spent on it, but like Serge and Marcel, with the God rays and the point of light, probably spent hours on it. Who knows? But I appreciate it. It's always fun seeing what you guys do, and it's a very good, I think, learning, right? Educational to see a different perspective on the same photo, because this was not an easy photo to change or give any different kind of look and feel to it. It was just a picture of a boat, and that I almost didn't put it out there because I was like worried that I would get like 20 images that look exactly like everybody was going to edit it the same way. Uh, but I had faith. I had faith. I said, no, nope, these guys are going to go crazy with this image. Somehow they're going to make some interesting shots. And you did. So thanks for doing that. And it's fun editing your images. I should be back on Thursday. So again, you can submit your images now anytime because there's a link in the description. Uh, but I don't know what I'm going to pick next. Maybe I'll do a photo walk today and do some shots and give you guys one of those. But um, everyone, thanks for watching. I really appreciate you taking time out of your day again, spending it with us, and editing some photos. It's always a lot of fun. And thanks again. We'll see you on Thursday.